What's up, YouTube? We got a yo-yo review to do today. This is the Vosun O2 A10. So, Vosun O2 A10 is a budget metal yo-yo from Vosun. Vosun does a lot of nice budget metals. They're sort of like the step up from like the budget magic yo-yos, like, so, you know, you can get those are like usually pretty cheap, and then like you pay a little bit more, and Vosun, there we go. So Vosun A10, very nice H-shaped yo-yo. Let's get into the specs. It is aluminum. The weight is 65.1 grams. Width is 45 millimeters. The diameter is 56.3 millimeters. Has a 4.6 millimeter gap. Center track bearing. And really just a solid budget metal. Confession, I have two. I have one. This was from the last run. I don't know if this is O2 or whatever. They feel kind of the same. They look the same. The newest run that's up is just solid colors with these like unanodized rings. These are just unanodized aluminum rings, but this is what the newest run is. So they gave me a black one. Black I think looks really good. There's pink and like a blue as well, but I think black looks spectacular. The last run had some splashes, so you may be able to find these as well. So Vosun has these on their site for $39. This is a B grade. I think I paid $10 for it, and I know that before Jeremy shut down Return Top Shop, he had them up for like $25 to $28 or something like that. So definitely in the budget metal category, depending on which run you get and where you get it, etc., etc. So solid yo-yo for that price range. So let's talk about how it plays before I show you. So it's clearly a very H-shaped yo-yo. You get a lot of power. And it's nice and light though, 65 grams, pretty light, maneuvers along the strings very well. It is a very solid budget metal yo-yo that's a little more, it's like, you know, budget metal, like the Hot Diggity is about 20 bucks, so for like 25 to 30, I don't know if it's better than the Hot Diggity. The Hot Diggity is probably the best budget metal, probably the best bang for your buck that came out in the last year. But here it is, size-wise, next to the Hot Diggity. Hot Diggity's a little wider, but similar in diameter and pretty similar in weight as well to that. So just for comparison's sake, as far as other budget metals and how it lines up with them, I think it hangs pretty well. This I feel like is a much better, like, it's a solid yo-yo overall. If you like H shapes, you're gonna like this as a budget metal, as an everyday carry. But I feel like it's a very solid setup for like 3A. Usually 3A players kind of like a little less wide H-shaped yo-yos, and I feel like this is a solid, very solid like 3A set, you know what I mean? It's a good size, it's a good shape, it's a good weight, spins a long time, is very stable, but isn't too wide to get in your way of your, you know, 3A tricks and what have you. Plus, the price is good. You know, you can get two of these, especially if you could find B grades for like 10 or 15 bucks, you know, two really solid 3A yo-yos are going to cost you, you know, even if you're paying 50, 60 bucks each, which isn't bad for a yo-yo, you're going to beat them up. And 50, 60 bucks times two is like $120 for, you know, 60 or for 60-ish. You could have two very capable 3A yo-yos. So that would be my recommendation for these. I have two. I'm not saying I'm going to start playing 3A, but I could now. See how that goes? I could. Now I could. But, let's go ahead. Probably, I would say that if this were a car, it's not, you know, your premium luxury car. I would say this is something like more akin to like a Ford Focus or, you know, a Toyota Corolla, something like that. Very nice, very solid, like a new Focus or a new Corolla, not an old crappy beat up one or something. Very solid, budget friendly, and just can hang and get you where you need to go, do everything you want it to do, but still be very friendly on the price tag. So let's go ahead and throw this around. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about, and we'll go from there. Alright guys, we are back with the Vosun A10. So First thing you're going to notice is, you know, like any H yo-yo, you get a lot of rim power. You feel the H-ness. I feel like I've said that before. A lot of rim power. It's pretty light though, it's 65 grams for a monometal, so you get a lot of, it's not a sluggish yo-yo, but it plays like an H. It's not set up for like, you know, super high speed like a drop near or something. It plays like an H yo-yo. But it can handle some speed as well. Very stable, very long spinning, especially for a budget monometal. And really just a very capable overall yo-yo. I'm very, very pleased with how this yo-yo works, in general. That's that. That's what I was trying for there. As far as grinds are concerned, the blast finish is very nice. It's pretty much feels the same on both of them. So, new versus old, blast is good. Solid for grinds. Very similar to some of the other Vosuns that I've reviewed. Blast is very similar to that. Thumb grinds, you can get them. You gotta kind of get it on an angle. There's not like anywhere really to lock your thumb in. You gotta kind of get them on an angle a little bit, but they're very doable. Finger spins is nothing to get in your way. You can't really even feel that engraving, so that's nice. Very solid finger spins for a yo-yo without like a cup. Definitely very doable. This one's the A grade. This one's pretty smooth. I would put it at, for a budget yo-yo, that's pretty good. 9.5 out of 10. Just the tiniest hint of vibe, but I've taken it apart, so I could probably tune that little buzz out. You know, that little, like, sometimes you get the axle little fart to one way or the other. Very smooth yo-yo. Like I said, I feel like the narrowness of it, but also like the stability of it really would make it a very ideal 3A yo-yo, especially because of how like inexpensive these are. The response is very nice too. You get a lot of good, it's a very like satisfying response. It's like, you get that like thunk, because it's like a lot of rim power. So it's a very satisfying response. Just a good budget metal, I mean, truthfully. You know, I feel like I haven't done much budget metals lately. I haven't done many budget metal yo-yos lately. This is a solid budget metal yo-yo. Solid release from Vosun. You know, I think they really do very well with the like $25 to $35 budget metal stuff. I think they're sort of underrated as far as those yo-yos are concerned, because they just tend to be very solid, simple, straight to the point designs, and the A10 is no slouch when it comes to that. Reject's nice too, nothing really to get you hung up on those rejections either. So let's go ahead, we'll stick it on the desk, we'll take it apart and do pros and cons. Alright, we are back on the desk with the Vosun A10. As you can see, I've got these both strung up with my signature color Zipline Strings, which are restocked on the Zipline Strings website. Link in the description, but ziplinestrings.com. Go stock yourself up some, because I love my colors. They're good. They're so good, and they work on so many good yo-yos. So let's take this apart. Comes apart nice. Vosun's machining is very good. Let's show you this side here. As you can see, lots of cuts. It's a very cyborgy type H shape. You can kind of feel, it's a little bit rounded over there, but you kind of feel some like ping ping a little bit coming off the string, but nothing that like inhibits it. It just kind of, I think it really just fits the whole aesthetic of the yo-yo. It's very like straight cuts, which I think looks good, but they're like rounded over at the edge, so nothing sharp, but it's a good cyborgy looking yo-yo. And I like that they kept it kind of narrow. I feel like that really kind of just facilitates it playing better. It really does. Really good response. It's just that silicone pad. Came apart nice, decently long axle. Axle is stainless steel. Mine actually came with a concave bearing, not a center track. But it's a good bearing. Very quiet. It's 10 ball. I think Vosun uses nice 10 ball concave bearings. Pretty much Pretty much all the Vosuns I have come with nice bearings. I've never needed to do anything to. Goes back together nice too. There's really no like, I don't feel like this is ever going to strip. So this would be a great EDC yo-yo too, because it's cheap. So I mean, great EDC or great 3A pairing. It's going to take abuse because there's not much to it. Longer axle. I mean, really just a overall. I mean, a solid. If you want to take a yo-yo, stick it in your pocket, kind of abuse it, whether it be 3A or just carrying it every day. This is a solid choice for that because it can handle just about everything. So let's do pros and cons. Pros, nice grind finish, good price. It, you know, between $25, $27 to $39 is the most I've seen it for. So solid price, very good budget price, sub $40. Looks very good. I like how classy those just sort of brushed rings of aluminum look. I think that looks really good. It's very classy. I like the solid colors for this run with the brushed aluminum. I think that's a good look for this yo-yo as well. Thumb grinds are okay, not the best. Finger spins are pretty good, nothing to get in your way, and that engraving, you can't really even feel it. So I like that a lot about it. As far as cons are concerned, there's not many. You know, I think the price is kind of all over the place, so if you want to get the best price, you're going to have to kind of look around a little bit. I don't know how readily available they are. I know Return Top Shop used to carry a lot of Vosun stuff, but Return Top Shop, Jeremy shut that down. He's just doing Rain City now, which I think is better for him, but, you know, it kind of reduces a little bit of access to the Vosun stuff, but there is a link down in the description to where you can get it on Vosun's website as well. There's some other places. I'll look for some links and stuff and stick them in the description. But I think this is a really good budget metal. I think this is a really good yo-yo. I think it's fun. And I think that it's worth your time, especially if you're looking for a nice 3A pair and you want to pick up two. I think this is a really solid yo-yo to just kind of be an everyday beater practice 3A pair because you're not going to beat up your nice competition throws that, you know, maybe cost $60, $70, $80, $100 each. You can kind of beat these up and, you know, they don't cost an arm and a leg. And I know there's B grades out there. Like I said, I have one, so I know they exist. But that's going to do it for me today, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. Check all the links down in the description where you can pick some of these up. These are cool. I think this is a very solid budget metal, especially if you can get it for a good price. But that's going to do it for me today, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Cheers to you drinking water. Water's not brewed. I'll see you next time.